Hi, I'm Brad, and I love Lifetime Christmas movies.
I'm Patrick Serrano, and I am a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime Christmas movies, and this is the Deck the Lifetime Uncorked podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy,
Oh,
what
boy.
a time to be alive.
This is it, guys. This is the last one of these of the year.
Last one? Already?
I'm glad it's the last one, to be honest. This Lifetime Christmas season has been not my favorite.
It's been
But
trash.
it's not because of us, right? You're
Never.
It sounded like it was because of us, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. This has been the worst experience. I've hated this year. No, you guys are so great. I've had so much fun this year.
Yeah,
And we met in person this year, and we got to hug.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was real life. We're going to keep doing these occasionally, right, Bran?
Of course.
Good,
I think we'll keep doing one a month.
Great. I love it. That sounds like a
Now,
great plan.
The one that we watched for the week doesn't look like we picked the right one. What was that video you posted on your Instagram story? It was a couple days ago with the woman on the ice with the fruitcake feet.
Oh yeah. So this is what's crazy.
What?
Gabby Sidibe, Oscar nominee for Precious. You might know her from that. She was in a Christmas movie, and she made a wish for Santa drunkenly that she wanted all this stuff, and then she ended up in one of those clay animation movies and had fruitcake feed and was chased around by an animal. It was crazy. That was on VH1 though. VH1 has stolen Lifetime's lunch money and is just doing fun stuff over there. Lifetime, this year they kind of missed the mark, but yeah, VH1 ones are really out of control this year.
This has been the best Hallmark crop, right, Patrick? You would agree with that?
Oh, well, from where we started, there's no white people in these movies. To now,
A lot of white people in the movies.
A lot of white people, Patrick.
For the inclusion, miles and away great, but also just the content, the writing, the acting, everything is the production value. All is top tier. This is the peak Hallmark, I would say.
Peak Hallmark.
For me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure.
But the nice thing about all the different channels, the Hallmark, the time, the VH1, all on the Philo. So you can go watch us on the Philo and then watch the movies on the Philo, all in one place.
Philo.tv/TTH, you can get your free trial. Now, Bran, if you are watching on Philo, Bran was like, I've had it with your nice studio microphones and lights. Give me a brown couch and a khaki background stat. And so that's
exactly
what he did.
Right. I've had it with you. With you.
It's too much. Sometimes it's too much.
He didn't get the memo.
But you look like you are in Cozy Town, USA, Patrick. Look at that back there.
Yeah,
with
that
three
is not
tabletop Christmas trees.
That's because I'm at my mom's house where, you have to die to inherit these things. So she's put in the work for those trees, okay?
Are you working on the
three behind you?
The dark green one is the one that my grandma made. So that's the inspiration for I need a ceramic tree. So I'd have to say that one.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That one
made it. She made it with her hands.
She made something ceramic with her hands. I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. She didn't spend $119 on it.
No, she just, went in the backyard and got some mud and some water, and there you go.
How about that?
Man, just mud and water, folks. That's all it takes. We don't make things like we used to.
No. Are you planning, Patrick? Are you planning some sort of Lifetime murder to go ahead and take those Christmas trees home with you?
That would be savage.
Definitely planning a Lifetime murder. And I'm gonna pitch that to Lifetime. Write it up this probably the rest of this month while I don't have anything to do with you guys. So I'll write my movie.
I gotta be honest. I feel like we gotta start pitching some fun ideas for Lifetime, because it's been a tough one. If Lifetime wants to survive in the Christmas space, they gotta get wacky. They gotta get back to being wacky.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. And that's why
the one that we're gonna talk about today, not wacky. Not wacky at all.
No.
Hey, how did we not get a Kirk Franklin in this? We're not covering a Kirk Franklin?
No, but That one did come out, and it was interesting.
That one did come out.
There was a
We
Christmas
haven't done
ghost.
firm.
There was a
We
ghost.
haven't done Kirk Franklin either year, Dan, because
I know.
you always are like, I want to watch it. And so
No, wait a minute. I said that the first year. This year, I realized that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
When am I
Well-
going to sit down at my leisure and be like, show me Lifetime? It's just
I
not
don't
going to
know.
happen.
Maybe when you have a good relationship with the Lord. I don't
Wow.
know.
All right. Okay. So Jesus
not what I
watches
said.
Lifetime.
Yes, Jesus loves Lifetime.
Jesus watches Kirk Franklin in Lifetime for sure.
Okay. Got it.
Easy.
Got it.
Speaking about Jesus, I don't know. New Orleans Noel. Let's talk about it, Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, another
so,
New Orleans Christmas movie. Thank
Yes.
God.
You know, I can bring it back to Jesus. So in New Orleans, they do the cake with the baby inside. And baby Jesus. There we go. Segue.
They do a cake with a baby inside.
Yeah, like the king. I think it's called a king cake. And you like if you get the baby, it's like good luck.
If you get the baby.
There's a little
What?
baby baked inside of a cake. I'm not making this up. This is real. A
No.
king cake.
I
Yeah.
do know what.
I don't even want to Google baby baked in a cake.
Google
Yeah,
king
don't
cake.
Google that.
Google king cake. It is a thing. I do know about this, and it is as weird as it sounds.
Yeah, but it's good luck.
Yeah.
It's like finding
There is a tiny baby inside this cake.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. What in the world?
The
All right,
chat
good.
is
Baby
just
Jesus, we
ragging
get it.
on you, Dan. The
Who
chat
is-
is just like, read a book.
I
Oh,
can't
boy.
see the chat, but you know what? I got my phone out and I've been tagged 3 times, so that's always a good sign.
Hey,
It's a
you
little
know,
little baby.
I still get messages about the Rockefeller trees, so that's just what we have to deal with, guys.
Yeah,
Exactly
yeah.
right.
Brand had never seen It's a Wonderful Life when we started this podcast. Everything else pales in comparison to that. That's the top.
Why
of
do
the
you need
mountain.
to? Why do you need to drag me through the mud that you're sitting in? That's just rude.
He's so much younger than us.
You know
He
why I'm
never
here,
watched
bud?
black and white movies.
Because
You know,
mud and water, I can make something ceramic. That's what I learned.
That's exactly
Now,
right.
I thought mud was dirt and water, but apparently to make something ceramic, I need mud and water is what I need.
right.
Got it. Good.
Speaking of mud and water, another great segue. New Orleans Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
You know, because
It's nicely
there-
done. No,
there's
it's great.
mud
it
and
rain.
water.
It rains there.
Geography joke.
Yeah, geography. So the movie starts off in New Orleans. Or New Orleans, however you're gonna say it. I say New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I think I do too. New Orleans.
I say New Orleans. But really quick, this movie's starring Rudy Huxtable, and that's really all you need to know.
Wow.
Correct. And yeah, she was fine.
Yeah.
So the movie is about 20 minutes of establishing shots of New Orleans because they really filmed there. Lifetime went down to New
20
Orleans and
minutes.
filmed. Yeah, I'm not kidding. 20 minutes of stock footage of New Orleans in the first. Then it's like 20 minutes of stock footage and commercial break. You know,
It's a lot of New Orleans. I don't know if it's 20 minutes, but it's close.
and
I feel like we were watching a
Okay.
tourism.
Let me say this: more scenes of dancing in the Mario Lopez movie, or scenes of just establishing New Orleans in New Orleans Noel.
Got to be dancing. No, there's no movie that has more dancing than that movie.
it's close. It's close, but yes,
Is it close?
It's
Wow.
close.
Boy.
Yeah. So Rudy is in town for work. She used to live in New Orleans, but got displaced because of Hurricane Katrina. But she never really explicitly talks about Hurricane Katrina because that would be too much of a downer at Christmas. So
Yeah, of course.
she just says like the thing or like the storm. Like she doesn't really explicitly say it, but she hints.
Treen, stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
Treen.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they kind of like skirt around the issue, which is a little weird because it does still affect New Orleans. So I think if you're filming there and you like just talk about it, like hello.
Hello.
So she has a friend who is like Jewish but obsessed with Christmas, and I haven't seen this trope in a while in a Christmas movie. Her name's Alexis, and she like loves like eggnog and decorating. She's having a Christmas party, and she makes Rudy like a spiked coffee like right when she gets there because that's what you do in New Orleans.
That's right. A little caffeine and alcohol.
A
And
little baby cake.
Rudy is an architect. Okay. And you know how I feel about architects. They don't exist in
They're
real
not real.
life.
They're
Okay.
not real.
They're
No
not
one
real.
has ever planned to build anything.
No.
Got
Like
it.
you just start hammering and nailing and whatever.
And
And
whatever happens, happens.
right. And the most famous architect is Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch, my favorite.
That's right. Of
So
course.
there we go.
There you have it.
But he wasn't in this movie, unfortunately.
Good note.
She's working on Patti LaBelle's house. Patti LaBelle is a woman named Loretta Brown, and Patti LaBelle has like a confectionery store that sells like cookies and there's like nuts that are roasted and whatever.
And pralines, known for the pralines.
Yes, except they call them pralines.
Pralines in New Orleans.
We're in Nolans eating pralines.
Pralines in New Orleans.
And
Yes.
that is like the thing that they talk about multiple times in this movie. The pralines. And so basically
This sounds awesome, guys.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
well, hey, this is it gets better. It
Okay.
does.
Okay.
So she's walking downtown, with her bourbon coffee and her pralines, and she sees this handsome man, and she like hides behind a bush. And his name's Anthony, and he is her college sweetheart. But they got, displaced from the storm that won't be mentioned, and
Train.
they lost track of each other during that time. He's
Okay.
also Patti LaBelle's grandson, and
Okay.
he is working to, for some reason, make the pralines recipe, the secret recipe.
Don't ask why, but throughout
Okay.
this movie, he is continually trying to recreate his grandma's praline recipe.
Is she still alive?
She is.
Why doesn't he just ask her?
Right. It's Patti LaBelle. She's like too busy,
And they're
She's
like
out.
famous pralines, but he's showing up to places handing out his creation as if they're his grandma's, and everybody's like, why is your grandma's praline suck today? And then he's like, oh, I made them. It's a weird bit.
So why does it? But is he
Yeah.
in competition with his grandma?
No, he's
It's
not.
just-
He's
He
actually
loves his grandma very much.
loves his grandma.
It would
Why
be
doesn't
like
he just
if-
ask her?
Yeah, exactly. Like you should just she has a recipe in her head, just like there's a secret ingredient that he can't figure out.
Right.
So he spends the whole movie trying to figure out the secret ingredient,
Okay, great. It's one of those movies. Perfect.
It's like
Except
if I
grandma
went to
is
make this
still
tree
alive.
and I get mud and water and it doesn't work.
Right.
I'm missing something.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I know what you're doing this week. You're trying to recreate your grandma's
Ceramic
Christmas tree
tree.
recipe.
With mud and water. Good luck out there.
There you go. So Anthony's family meets Rudy, and they take a liking to her right away. They invite her to brunch, family brunch, and it's very special to her. She's very, very touched by this because her family died in
Oh.
Katrina. Maybe we don't know how they died, but her
No, I
family-
think it was.
Lifetime movie.
Well, I guess I was gonna say it. They made it sound like it was like from childhood, but I don't know how old she's supposed to be in this movie. So I guess Katrina could have been childhood for her. I don't know.
Well, right. I mean, it's very ambiguous. There's no.
It is.
There's no. They're just dead, and being around
Right.
Anthony's family is triggering her, and she's like, I can't be around family. I haven't been around family in so long, and she has to leave the brunch and go get some fresh air because she's so overwhelmed with emotions.
Mhm.
Then
Mhm.
Tim Reed shows up from Sister.
Siesta.
And you're like, he's gonna save this movie. He is gonna save the movie. He's a
How could
funny
he
guy.
not? He's funny.
He is
Funny guy.
rocking some cardigans too in this movie.
Oh boy. Tim Reed in a cardigan.
Forget about it.
Yeah. And he goes on a coffee date with Patti LaBelle, and they're having a little love thing happening because she's dating. And, she's an older woman who is dating, and that's great, right? Later they eat gumbo, and she's like, don't fall in love with me. That old trick.
Classic.
Classic. I do that to all the cute boys. When Andrew Walker was at Bramblefest, I was like, don't fall in love with me.
That's right.
And he was like, I won't.
How'd it go for you?
Great. He's married and with kids.
That's right. He did, and he didn't. So it worked out. He listened to your advice.
He took my advice. Damn, it didn't work. But usually it works. Usually it works.
Yeah. What's your batting average there, you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm single and ready to jingle. Okay.
To jingle.
Yeah. Now's the time, fellas, because I mean he's about to be 40, and then he's a club icon.
Then he's back.
So
then he's back at the club.
now's the time.
You're gonna miss your chance, so you have a spot.
Right.
Exactly right.
And I'm back home for the holidays. You know,
I mean,
something could happen.
This is the fact that you're home for the holidays, you're learning your grandmother's mud and water Christmas tree recipe. This script is writing itself.
Yeah. I think our movie is better than the movie we're covering today. To be honest.
That's possible.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Okay. So there is a Jingle Bell Hop, which is like a scavenger hunt / amazing race type of thing. And they have to run around town and find little, I don't even know what they were finding because I don't think we actually see it. We just see them talking about it. And then you like win like $100,000 as a prize or something. Oh wait, no, you don't. I wrote that in my parentheses that I would have rather won $100,000. Anyways, Rudy
classic use of parentheses.
There you go.
It gets you every time.
Basically, it's just a chance for Rudy and Anthony to walk around New Orleans, and we see them do all the touristy things that you do in New Orleans, like go on a carriage ride and walk the Bourbon Street. And they don't do a second line until later, but I'm like, that's probably on my bucket list to do a second line, I think. Like, I haven't done one, and I think I should.
100%.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. That and the pralines.
Yes. So on their day of fun, Anthony realizes that he has a daughter named Jordan, and she has a Christmas pageant that's happening. And Rudy's like, "Oh, I'll go with you." So they go. Jordan gets stage fright. One of those scenes.
Oh my gosh! So like, if it was if Jordan got stage fright, it would almost be like they wanted to like just take a break and like breathe for a second, and then like try again.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that now?
Oh, yeah. You know, when you get stage fright, you should. Let's take a break.
I gotta be honest. The best thing we do is try to get Patrick to realize it's time to take a break. It's the best thing we do every week. I'm just telling you.
Thing.
We both are close-ups of us patting our head. It didn't matter. It didn't matter a bit. We just coasted.
Listen, he's locked in. He's a professional.
It's true. I just get caught up in the moment. And
that's right.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay. I can't wait for the super cut of me not getting it like every time. Okay.
So Jordan's like stage fright. That's where we left off.
Yes. See, I was with her in that moment. I was feeling the emotions. I couldn't cut to a break. Rudy is hiding like behind a set piece being like, don't be afraid. And eventually Jordan's just like, come up on stage with me. And you think Rudy's going to sing with her, right? She doesn't. She stands next to her and mouths the words.
Just kind of like mumbles. It's
gotta be worse. It's gotta be worse.
It wasn't a rare, it was a Christmas song. What Christmas song was it? You remember?
Did I write it in my notes?
It was like Deck the Halls or something like that. And she's just like mumbling the words. Like, I don't
know if I know this one. Never heard this one before.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't think Rudy can sing in real life. So she was like, I'm not sing. I have a contract rule that I don't sing. So
don't sing rule. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I guess she's starting to bond with the family. She's like really feeling a part of everything. And it causes her inner turmoil because she has a job offer in Toronto and she has to do architect stuff in Canada.
Wow. So you can be a fake architect in Canada too, huh? Wow.
That's good to know, though, that fake architects are worldwide putting up fake buildings.
Well, and we don't even see anything architectural about her work or whatever. She basically argues with Anthony, who is also up for this architecture job randomly, discussing modern like modern decor or like traditional decor.
Yeah, while also trying to become an expert in praline recipes.
Praline, Brand.
Praline.
Praline, Noel.
Yeah. So, the whole architecture storyline does not even matter because we don't see anything like to do with that. But in discussing like of the families and everything with the brunch and all that stuff, Rudy mentions that she had one Christmas where it was magical and it snowed and they were in New Orleans, so it was weird that it was snowing. So, and he's like, well, I can make that happen. He gets paper and does like paper snow all over the backyard and puts like little decorations and everything. And she like does the little snow angel and paper thing. It was really crinkly,
Yeah,
Crinkly.
not good.
Yeah. And
Crinkly.
one moment that I liked in this movie is Rudy like looks around. She's like, that was so fun. Thank you. The moment after you're like, oh, this is so sweet. She's like, I'm not helping cleaning this up. You're cleaning this up.
You suckers.
Right.
Doing
So I'm like, oh, that is so real. I would be
so
the same
real.
way.
So Rudy.
So
it
Rudy.
was weird because she was like, if you want to have any chance in picking this up, you should start right now. It's like, I'm not, but they only did stuff in the snow for like 2 seconds. I would be so mad if I did all of this work and then she's just kind of like,
I'm not.
So if you want to, I'm not cleaning this up. And so if you should probably start right now, this has been fun. Goodbye.
Right. Oh boy. So, but that's supposed to be romantic.
It is romantic. Yeah.
And all
So
that
romantic.
stuff. So we get to the party, the Jewish friend who loves Christmas, her party, and Rudy's like hiding in the kitchen. She's very nervous because she invited the guy to come to the party, but he hasn't shown up yet. But when he does, he shows up in a bow tie. She like makes fun of his bow tie, and then he has his pralines, and he's like, "Try them." She's like, "Those are not the real ones. I can tell. You don't know the secret ingredient." And Alexis, the girl who's hosting the party, has everyone write a letter to Santa, and Anthony writes his letter to Santa asking for Rudy for Christmas, which just a tip for everyone. You should not ask Santa for human beings.
Never ask a Santa for a person. Ever.
Yeah.
Dan, if you went to a Christmas party and they made everybody write a letter to Santa, what would you do?
I would just take a pause. I'd take a pass on that activity. I would not be a part of it. I would be like, this is stupid. Now, if it was like for the kids, like I can put on a good face for the kids. I can be like, yeah, go for it. Like my kid right now is telling me, Dad, I'm going to believe in Santa anyway. That's what he's saying. Cause I'm pretty open and honest with my kid about that situation. And he's like, I'm like, go for it, buddy. Like, go for it. So like I could put on a good face, but I'm not doing it. Like, there would have to be some incentive on my end that would make me like, I'm just not, I'll just be over there near the punch bowl. That's where I'm going to be.
Well, that's interesting because I did write a letter. And I'm going to read it right now. Dear Santa.
Oh,
my good friend Dan is being a real turd. Would you help give him Christmas spirit, please, for once in his life? Have Christmas spirit. Thank you, Santa. God bless.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted.
I'm under the impression in this fictional world where letters to Santa matter that you're not supposed to tell anyone out loud, right?
That's actually baloney. That's BS.
That's baloney.
That's a That's a wish. That's like a birthday wish.
It's like on a shooting star or something.
It's different than your Christmas list.
So when you write a letter to Santa, you should just proclaim it to everyone in case someone else can fill the wish for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a star. He's not a star.
Yeah, Santa can't get you everything on your list, so you better be sharing that list with other people.
You gotta do what you can.
Yeah, do what you can. You gotta do what you can.
I go into every supermarket and I just say, for anyone who wants to know.
Yeah, you bring in a box and you stand on the box and you're like, hear ye, hear ye. Dear Santa. So Santa's like just like an assist here. Like he's just like, hey, if we all pitch in together, I will, from the North Pole with my reindeer, I'll do 10% of this for you if I have it laying around. But I just can't do more than that because I got all these kids out here.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Doing it for the world. for the world.
You know, that's a much better defense of Santa than I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Is like, hey, like I'm only going to do 10% of this. I'm just going to pitch in. Everybody's getting a bike. Like everybody's getting like a pair of roller skates. That's what I'm doing this year. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that is a different thing altogether.
You're getting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally.
Coming around one day.
My
at a
Christmas
time.
wish
See?
is coming true
Your
already.
Christmas wish is coming true already.
Man. how about
Well, Patti LaBelle has a Christmas wish, and it is to learn how to pretend to count money because this woman has clearly never counted out a cash register in her life. She's
Learn how to pretend to count money. I'm following.
Yeah, she is working the register at her confectionery store, and she has her nails on. She like cannot separate the bills because they're like fresh bills. She is just struggling trying to like count out those
Tough.
bills.
It's
But
tough.
Tim Reed walks in and he's like, "Hey, baby," and then they kiss.
Yep.
And she's like, "It's never too late for love, and things do get better with age." And they're like, "Hubba hubba."
Hubba hubba.
You said
indeed.
it. Hubba hubba indeed.
They are hubba hubbing, and Rudy and Anthony are not hubba hubbing. They get in a second line and they almost kiss, but they get interrupted by something.
What did they get
I don't
interrupted
know.
by? Maybe a break?
Maybe a break or something.
Well, is it time again?
I think
Is
it's
it?
time again.
I want somebody to cut it all together so badly. Brandon and I are leaning in. Dude.
No,
Yes.
you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, let's take a break.
I'm starting to think you don't look at us during this. We're back.
You know, I saw it that time, but I was like, it was so casual, Dan, that
It
I
was
was
so
like,
I was casually doing this.
I
What do you
thought
think I was doing?
I don't know. I was like, maybe he's like
Is there like
brushing his
a
hair.
He's got bad
On my head?
dander. He's got
Yeah,
bad
just trying
dander.
to pat that down back there. You know
That's
how
right.
it goes.
That just shows you
Well,
can you can justify anything in your
That's
brain.
right.
You're like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, go for it. Cool.
Sorry.
Interrupted.
So we get a Christmas party. That's family Christmas party where they invite the whole town apparently, and everyone gets dressed up very formal. Rudy has her dress on, and it's like a silver dress, and she's like, Anthony's speechless. He's like, "You look amazing." And there's a jazz band that plays. It's like very. It was nice. It was a nice party.
It was.
And Patti LaBelle gives Rudy a blanket that has like her initials on it or something. And she's like, "You're part of the family. If you ever need anything, like we're always here for you." And she's just like so overwhelmed. And
She doesn't have a family. Damn.
No.
She doesn't have a family.
yeah.
Oh no.
And she's about to kiss Anthony again at the party. And they get interrupted by this. Jordan has a brother whose wife is in the military, randomly comes up out of nowhere. She's
Out of
back
nowhere.
from the military in her fatigues. She's like, "I'm here." And we're like, "Who are you?"
It's a
Somehow
true
this
homecoming we didn't
Yeah.
expect.
this movie would have gotten everyone's bingo cards filled up, like as every possible trope. A troop homecoming that we didn't know we wanted or needed, but we
Or
got
was
it.
even scheduled to arrive at Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even
we got
know
it.
about Jordan's mother, period. Like,
But
I didn't
normally,
hear
like
anything.
these troop homecomings are telegraphed. They decided to just throw one in there. This is how this movie is being made. How I imagine Patrick thinks buildings are made, which is
Yes.
just like everybody shows up and they just chuck a bunch of stuff in there and they just hope for the best.
Yeah, well, somebody was moved by this, but it wasn't me. I'm like, this is so confusing. Patti LaBelle, it tells Anthony, she's like, "Okay, come talk to me. I'll tell you the secret ingredient because life is like all one thing. Like she's making a metaphor out of like the praline recipe. She's like, you're all work and no fun, and you have all sweets but no salt. Like you got to balance with a little bit of salt." And he's like, "That's the recipe."
What?
So he knows now the secret is salt.
The secret ingredient is salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasted an hour and 24 minutes of my life and I've not even seen the thing.
But
I
Dan, it's
know.
also this is a metaphor for life, right? You can't. You can't be all business. You got to be a little bit of play too.
So business is sweet in this metaphor,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
play is salt.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
When
this
Patti
sucks.
LaBelle says it, though, it sounds a lot better. She makes it work somehow. You know.
She
Good
sure
to
does.
know. I'm gonna have to go check it out ASAP.
So Anthony brings his whole family on a streetcar because those are in New Orleans, I suppose. I've heard of a streetcar named Desire. I guess that was in New Orleans. And they go to Rudy's house, leave for that job in Toronto. And he's like, don't take the job. Take my heart instead. I've loved you since college. He gives her the pralines that he made with salt this time.
Yep.
And Rudy tells him that he has nailed the recipe and then he can nail something else. Okay.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Come out. That's a real one. Well
No.
done. But did they tell him how much salt, or does salt click the light bulb that I'm just going to chuck some salt at it and it's going to work out?
right. Yeah. The
Yeah, no.
second one.
It's a general salt. It's a general salt
It's
situation.
a
whatever.
general salt situation, which I did see
Some
live.
love.
They were wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. So he figures out it's salt and he's like, a cup, an ounce, a liter. I don't know. Dump it in and it's good.
Yes.
Jiminy Christmas. What a mess.
So yeah, they kiss and the family cheers them on, and that is the movie.
Wowzers.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we start with Dan.
Yeah.
Right? And
do?
because he hasn't seen the movie
That's right.
and he won't
How
see
will
the
I
movie.
figure this one out?
But we'll see what you do. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour it up, guys. I feel like you guys are underselling salt, New Orleans, pralines,
Yeah.
and Patti LaBelle. You can't undersell Patti LaBelle. She's amazing.
Mm-mm.
This movie sounds like I would rather die. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, put a cork in that bad boy, and that will make, I think, almost a clean sweep for me this year on put a cork in it. I think I poured one up, and I don't even remember which one it was.
Right. Yeah, for
Yeah.
Christmas. Bran, what are you thinking?
One of the most just real boring. And I don't like to say that. I don't like to say that, but I'm saying it.
But you're-
Boring, not it.
Wow,
Wow.
hate it for you.
I mean, that is
Corking it.
I've never heard you just say it was boring and move on.
Man.
I know, but it was boring. So let's move on.
When did you watch it? This morning? When did you watch it?
Oh, a few days ago.
Okay. So you've got to marinate it on a couple days to make sure it wasn't you.
I've got a nice
Right.
stew. Nice stew.
Wow, man. So this is
Nolan's praline stew.
a Nolan's Prowlin stew.
Here's the thing, guys. When we made our list of the Christmas movies, Brandon and I were thinking, I think this is what you were thinking. I was thinking it. Star power, right? We went
Yeah.
with the most star-powered movies that Lifetime offered, and I think we went wrong because some of the ones without the star power were much better than the ones that had the big people behind them. So it was I'm definitely putting a cork in this one.
In hindsight.
Yeah, in hindsight,
So-
I think if we do this next year, we'll do like based on more like what we're interested in as a topic, right?
Ooh, yeah, that could go poorly too, but I like it. What's been the best one? What's been the best Lifetime Christmas movie this year, Patrick?
The best Lifetime Christmas movie might have been the Kelsey Grammer one with his daughter.
I heard it was good. I heard it was really good.
Yeah, it was like a Scroogey McScrooge one, but they were very self-aware of that. And he's like, I'm in a Scrooge movie. How is my life so terrible? So yeah, I like that it was very self-aware. And then even to the point where Kelsey Grammer is like asking people like on the street, like, hey, you saw what's the one with Bill Murray? Groundhog's Day.
Scrooged.
He's like
Groundhog Day, yeah.
He's like, how did he get out of Groundhog's Day? So like
Yes.
the genre exists in the movie. So I like that.
But I also heard that it was pretty touching at the end of it. Like I heard it was like a pretty touching film at the end of it.
You know, I don't have feelings. I didn't even
That's
cry
right.
at Jonathan Bennett's gay one. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and that was basically my life.
And you didn't shed a tear, not a one.
Not
Yeah.
a one. My mom's like sitting next to me, like crying. I'm like, Mom, are you okay?
Patrick's like, not buying it. Not buying it.
Well, I would never move home, babysit my kids for a week and want to stay.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
baby. Yeah, get a niece and nephew and be like, you know what? This has changed my perspective.
Nope. I'm like, I'm good. I'll give you these kids back. I'm going back to the city.
That's right. Exactly. Mm.
So
We
yes,
did it?
So we did it. We did it.
We
It's
did it. Yes.
Wow.
amazing.
It's unbelievable.
What a holiday
season.
season. What a
What a
season
season.
indeed.
It
Merry
has been.
Christmas, Patrick.
Merry Christmas to you boys. And, I'm just so thankful for, I know you don't say what you're thankful for at Christmas, but I'm thankful for you guys.
I'm thankful
Yeah.
for you, Patrick. It's been a wonderful time. And I can't believe Brian wasted his Christmas wish on just what appears to be something very passive aggressive, where he could have just wished for more happiness and more time together with friends and family.
Mhm.
But instead he just decided to be really, really petty. And so but I am thankful for you, Patrick.
Oh, great.
Well,
I
that
love
seemed-
Petty. I love Tom Petty. I love,
Ooh.
I can't
What
think of
about the
any other Pettys.
Heartbreakers? Good.
Yeah.
Richard
That's-
Petty, the race car driver.
Yeah.
Lori
Yeah, there's-
Petty from Tank Girl.
Okay, from Tank Girl.
Uh,
Look out from way in the back there. I got a Tank Girl reference.
Hey, had to happen sometime.
Had to happen sometime.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Well, from our little home covering Lifetime movies to yours, maybe we were the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Christmas.